Good evening, this is Tina. In my last video, I explained the generation strategy for generate the primary key, right? Because it's the surrogate key, we can ask a database to generate the values for the primary key for us and to make sure it's unique. And there are 4 strategies: auto, identity, sequence, and table. And if we choose auto and our database is MySQL and SQL Server, as we understand, is because MySQL SQL Server only support for identity, so it should choose identity, which was the behavior. I forgot which version. But nowadays, if we using auto and we using MySQL, Hibernate, we are using the Hibernate sequence. Okay, so Hibernate will choose the strategy sequence. And since MySQL doesn't support for sequence, it will using the table to emulate sequence. Now let me show you the behavior and also tell you how to solve the problem. Okay. So I'm gonna continue using the demo we used before. Okay, if you watch my previous video, probably you already see, and it's very simple demo. And I just have one entity, and in the main, you just need to have this line. Okay, you don't need to actually have those lines, just this first line, which is start application and using the persistent unit and get the entity managed factory. And this long ID is a primary key and it's the surrogate key. So I can ask database to generate value for us. And here I was using the strategy, which is the auto. Okay, sorry, auto. And we only has one entity, and we expect in the schema or database only has one table, right? And the table I configured is here. The schema I configured is here. So let me run. Okay, we don't care about this one. Okay, we don't care about this one. This one is because I have something under the main. Okay, we can fix in other videos. Okay, I don't want to talk about this now. So now actually from the SQL generated, you already see it has something here. Create the, see here, create table, Hibernate sequence, and create another table. And now let me show you the workbench. And I already tried to increase the font, but unfortunately I cannot increase the font here. But when I view the table, you can see the font is already increased. But here you can see under the schema we have 2 tables. One table, this my customized person, is match our entity, and it also automatically generate another table. The table name is called Hibernate sequence, and it only has one column called next value, and the next value is used for what? Is used for what? Is used for the next value for the primary key. Okay. So this is a problem, which means when I use auto inside when I use auto for the MySQL, it should use the identity, but it actually using the sequence. That's why Hibernate sequence, this table is used to emulate the sequence generation strategy. And to solve the problem, you have 2 ways. If you don't want this behavior, you have 2 ways. The first way is don't use auto here. Use identity. Okay, then here, let me fix the issue. We have exception before, right? I want to fix the issue. The issue here is this one. Because I using auto-generated, I shouldn't give the ID here. Then it's gonna insert it successfully, okay? The first version is using identity, okay? Don't use auto if you want to using identity. Let me drop the two tables. I drop the tables. Okay, and let it generate from scratch. Okay, so now the table is empty now. I will run the application again. Okay, run application again. Now you will only has one table. See here, create table. Previously, we have two create statement and also insert successfully. You didn't see that exception now, okay? And let's go to the workbench, refresh, and now you only has one table, okay? And this is the value and this is the ID, which is using identity, which means this column will auto increment, okay? This is one way to solve the problem. The other way, yes, here I'm using the auto. And in the persistent unit, you add this one, add this fix here. Hibernate ID new generate mapping using false. I don't want to using the new generate mapping. I want to using the new generate mapping is a sequence. Here false means don't use a sequence. It's gonna using identity. Okay. So let me drop this one. Drop or not drop. This case doesn't matter. Okay. Drop. Okay, empty now. I will run one more time. Okay, run one more time. Here I already changed to be auto, and you can do a fix here. It will do the same thing. Okay, so you have two ways to solve. Okay, instead of successfully, you see only has one create statement. When we go here, refresh, only one table under here. And when I view, you have this record inserted successfully. Oh, it start with it. This ID will auto-generate. If you insert another one, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the reason you can think of why we don't want to have extra table when we're using Hibernate. When we're using MySQL. The reason if you have extra table, you have to make an extra insert. So first, you have to increment the next value in Hibernate sequence, right? And the second, you have to do a select. Then you have to insert, which means you have to do extra steps. If we're using sequence inside the MySQL, probably that's a reason which people don't want. And anyway, you should choose a strategy based on the real situations to decide you actually want to using sequence, identity, or using table to emulate sequence in those database like MySQL, SQL Server, those database that support for sequence. So that's it for this video, and hope you understand or learn something new from this video. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.